ribbon for figuring out how to get here and where to park, because it's a little mess and undeniably beautiful downtown Duluth right now, and it is going to be beautiful, and there is a big picture, and it's going to be a great thing. But it is you sort of got to know what you're doing right now, or you're just going to be a little bit lost. And we try to send you all, if you bought a ticket, a little map that showed you where you could park and how to get there and all that, and I hope that helped you. But there's still a lot of parking available. You just sort of have to find it. But it's not going to last forever. In fact, it's probably going to be over before our fall festival, which happens that last weekend in September. We hope. We'll see. I don't know. But anyway, thank y'all so much for coming, and thanks for figuring it out. We appreciate you being here. I just love both these bands that are playing tonight. Jim Hurst is just one of the most sweet gentlemen, sweetheart of music I've ever met. I mean, he's just a kind soul, and I don't remember who he was playing with when he first came, but it might have been Missy. Was it Missy Raines? I don't know. Who was it? Claire Lynch. It was Claire Lynch brought him down, and we met, and I befriended him, and he's a good guy, and I'm happy he's here. He's a great flat picker, so you know you're going to love that. Also, I don't know these young folks, but they play a lot, and I've watched them over the face places, and they're really good, and I'm glad they're here for the first time. This is a very appropriate time for me not to forget to say hello to you folks watching the live stream at EOP Live on YouTube. We're so happy to have you guys. There is a blue bar at the top of your chat box there. Don't forget, that's the tip jar. And we'll be thanking you in advance for your generosity that I know you're going to show. So thank you. Unload your pockets and tip these young folks. That would be a great thing to do for you. And we will thank you and appreciate it. So thank you. Send a smoke signal out to some of your friends or neighbors or relatives, or hell, you can even send it to your enemies. We don't care. Just ask them to tune in. It's a live stream. It's a live show. And they can watch right along with you. Now, these people in the room all paid about $1,000 a head to be here. So you're getting to watch it for free. So don't hesitate to put some money in that tip jar. Thank you all again so much for coming. I'd love for you to sound like you're about 1,000 people and give a nice welcome to Mr. Joe Hott.
I'm leaving this town for God's own country on the West Virginia Rail. I left my home in the Allegheny Mountains just as soon as I turned 16. Headed for a job in the big old city, but the mountain stayed in me. Engineer, won't you hold your throttle wide open just as fast as she will sail? I'm leaving this town for God's own country on the West Virginia Rail. Working for the man in a rundown factory every morning till the sun goes down. When the whistle blows on Friday evening, I'm headed for my old hometown. Engineer, won't you hold your throttle wide open just as fast as she will sail? I'm leaving this town for God's own country on the West Virginia Rail. I miss my home in the Allegheny Mountains, and friends, it's a natural fact. It's a mighty big day when you move to the city. It's a better day when you move back. sleep. This story I must tell. The worst mistake I've ever made was loving you too well. I've held you close 10,000 times. You promised you'd be mine. You broke my heart 10,000 ways when you kissed me your last time. I'm worried, troubled, I can't sleep. This story I must tell. The worst mistake I've ever made was loving you too well. Another man took you from me. He stole your heart away. I've often prayed to God above you'd wander back someday. I'm worried, troubled, I can't sleep. This story I must tell. The worst mistake I've ever made was loving you too well. I'm worried, troubled, I can't sleep. This story I must tell. The worst mistake I've ever made was loving you too well. The worst mistake I've ever made was loving you too well. Howdy, folks.
Howdy, Joe.
It sure is good to be here with you this evening. As mentioned, I'm Joe Hott, and these are the Short Mountain Boys. Later on in the program, I'll introduce all of them to you. We hope you'll enjoy some of the old-time style of bluegrass music. We'll throw in a little bit of gospel and a little bit of old-time country in there as well. We certainly hope you folks will enjoy, and we want to thank you all for coming on out and spending the evening with us, and hopefully we'll play something you enjoy. This next song it's a sad old song.
Who wrote it?
Well, that'd be me.
That's right.
See, it makes old Aaron over here cry every time he hears it.
It's because he's a sissy.
And that's all the more reason for us to play it, just to see him cry every once in a while. This is one that we do have recorded, and it's one entitled Got No Reason to Stay. I recall from my memory that dreadful night. My mother lay dying by dim candlelight. She said, I'm old, tired, and frail. Then she passed away. We'll be together in heaven someday. It's fare thee well, old Virginia. I'm going far away. My loved ones are all waiting for me, and I got no reason to stay. I watched my daddy in the days that would come, willed like a fire in the hot July sun. How he missed my mother more and more every day, until he had no reason to stay. As I walk through the shadow, the two crosses made, I've got no reason to stay. It's fare thee well, oh Virginia, I'm going far away. My loved ones are all waiting for me, and I got no reason to stay. And I got no reason to stay. And I got no reason to stay. Thank you, folks. Hope you enjoyed that old number. We're gonna get into another song that we have recorded on our latest project, one entitled "World of Lies." Live with the way that you're living. Tired of hearing all your alibis. I'll be glad when you're gone. You best be moving on. Won't be a prisoner in your world of lies. They're calling tonight for stormy weather. Thunder clouds are kicking up the wind. But it looks a whole lot worse right here at our house. This chilly wind between us closing in. I can't live with the way that you're living. Tired of hearing all your alibis. I'll be glad when you're gone. You best be moving on. Won't be a prisoner in your world of lies. Can't remember the last time that you kissed me. You never ever tell me that you care. Guess by now the whole town's seen you with another. So just go on, have your cheap old love affair. I can't live with the way that you're living. Tired of hearing all your alibis. I'll be glad when you're gone. You best be moving on. Won't be a prisoner in your world of lies. I'll be glad when you're gone. You best be moving on. Won't be a prisoner in your world of lies. You folks like gospel music? I love the old time gospel music. This doesn't get any better than that. And when we was recording our latest record, we was looking through some old time gospel songs, and we found one that Ralph Stanley had recorded many years ago, and we decided to throw it on our project. One entitled "Cry from the Cross." One morning in Jerusalem, about break of dawn, a great trial was in session. They tried to bless the Lord. They scorned him and they mocked him. They made him carry the cross. On top of Calvary's mountain, they crucified my Lord. Oh, cry from the cross. Forgiven, blessed Father, he died upon the cross. Oh, cry from the cross. The Son of God was dying to save the world from loss. Peter, he denied him at that awful trial that night. He said he never knew him, it was an awful sight. And earth bones and Peter with God's perfect love. If Peter's heart was broken, he prayed to God above. Oh, the cry from the cross. Forgive him, blessed Father, he died upon the cross. Oh, cry from the cross. The Son of God was dying to save the world from lost. Crying, Father, it is finished, and he bowed his head and died. The world was left in darkness, the graves were open wide. An earthquake shook Jerusalem, the dead walked into town. The multitudes were frightened, God's wrath came pouring down. Oh, cry from the cross. Forgive him, blessed Father, he died upon the cross. Oh, cry from the cross. The Son of God was dying to save the world from loss. I'm going to take a moment now. I'm going to introduce you here to these guys. I'm going to start off with a fellow here standing to my right. We had to convert him. He was originally a rock and roll musician. He had the long hair, fingernail polish, face paint, everything you could imagine. But we put a hat and a suit on him and handed him a mandolin, and this was our end result. He does a fine job. That's Nick Bryan over on the mandolin. And then to the far left, she's the happiest bass player you'll ever meet in bluegrass music. We've tried to find some of our most saddest songs there is, but nothing will bring her down. She'll smile and dance her way right on through it. That is Lisa Horngren over on the bass with you tonight. And then this strange-looking fellow standing here to my left. We found him at an Amish community. So he got tired of working out in that really hot heat and plowing the fields and whatnot, and he was ready for some indoor plumbing. So we told him that we would give him all those things if he would just travel with us and play a little banjo while he's at it. That's Aaron Holman over there on the 5-string.
You know, my wife went to an Amish community today and took our daughters bought a bunch of produce and a bunch of bread. And she went with her mom and her aunt, and they both thought, oh, I'm pretty sure they bought me an outfit. They sell them. They'll sell the hats, they'll sell the pants and the shirt to you. And I think they're going to dress me up as an Amish person. So.
We look forward to seeing
that. Oh, I know it. I work for a show.
Y'all have us back on Halloween, see?
Yeah, I'll be Amish Joe.
For the part.
I don't know what Nick can be a rocker. I don't know about Lisa, but Joe here can dress up as his former self. See, Joe was raised by wolves. His parents lost him one day. He's about 2 years old. It's okay. It's kind of stuff happens in West Virginia from time to time. They come back. He did. He's here now. But, you know, them wolves, they taught him how to be a wolf, taught him how to be a part of the pack. He can, I've seen him rip rabbits to shreds with his bare teeth. It's incredible. But they tried to teach him how to howl at the moon one night, and they saw that moon. They said, all right, you're going to howl at it. Do it. And about that time, a freight train passed by, and he did that little train whistle he did at the first song, and wolves kicked him out of the pack, sent him back home. So, but that right here in the middle is Joe Hott.
Y'all see what I got to put up with, don't you? When we go into make albums, we try to find old songs that haven't been recorded a million times over, and sometimes that's a pretty tough job. But we did find one that Roy Lee Centers recorded. He had an album out just before he joined up with Ralph, and we took a real liking to this song, and hopefully you folks will too. One entitled "Can't Get You Out of My Mind." It seems end up behind. There's just no future left for me, for I can't get you out of my mind. I've made a long trip to nowhere. I've been there now for some time, but I always end up where I started. I can't get you out of my mind. It seems I never get nowhere. I always end up behind. There's just no future left for me, for I can't get you out of my mind. I've had a lot of good chances, met girls I know would be kind, but I always end up where I started. I can't get you out of my mind. It seems I never get nowhere. I always end up behind. There's just no future left for me, for I can't get you out of my mind. There's just no future left for me, for I can't get you out of my mind. All right, you folks like classic country. We've got a song I'm sure you folks will be very familiar with. You know, it's a shame you don't hear these old songs on the radio as often as you used to, so we always incorporate the old classic country and try to keep it alive for as long as we can. But this is one I'm sure you folks will enjoy, Heartaches by the Number. Heartache number one was when you left me. I never knew that I could hurt this way. Heartache number two was when you came back again. You came back and never meant to stay. Now I've got heartaches by the numbers, troubles by the score. Every day you love me less, each day I love you more. Now I've got heartaches by the numbers, a love that I can't win. But the day that I stop counting, that's the day my world will end. Heartache number three was when you called me and said that you was coming back to stay. With thoughtful heart I waited for your knock on the door. I waited, but you must have lost your way. Now I've got heartaches by the numbers, troubles by the score. Every day you love me less, each day I love you more. Now I've got heartaches by the numbers, a love that I can't win. But the day that I stop counting, that's the day my world will end. to meet my record on the shore, to wear a crown my life's adorning, or be cast out forevermore. I've got to cross that lonely river. I've got to cross some lonely day, but I don't know how to guide my passage, but I know my Lord will be there if I pray. Lord, I don't want to be a sinner. I want to walk the holy way. I want to be one in that number and live in heaven some sweet day. I've got to cross that lonely river. I've got to cross some lonely day, but I don't know how to guide my passage, but I know my Lord will be there if I pray, but I know my Lord will be there if I pray. Thank you. We do want to give one shout out to a fellow that is not with us here this evening. Normally we have a fellow that plays lead guitar for us, and he was really under the weather last minute and wasn't able to make the journey with us, but we want to give a shout out to Billy Wise, who I'm sure is listening there on the live stream. We sure do miss having you with us here tonight and wish you could be here. And we also want to thank all you folks tuning in to tonight's show as well. Alrighty, boys, how about a little bit of Today Ain't the Day? Stay and fall in love again. I'm not talking about forever. That might be too much to ask. All this fuss and fighting, there's no need denying the two of us may never last. Today ain't the day to be leaving. When tomorrow comes, we'll talk about it then. But for now, let's think of all the reasons why we should stay and fall in love again. Who'd agree that it's all over? That's the easy thing to do. But if we stay together, stormy weather, we'll hold on tight and make it through. Today ain't the day to be leaving. When tomorrow comes, we'll talk about it then. But for now, let's think of all the reasons why we should stay and fall in love again. Tomorrow comes, we'll talk about it then. But for now, let's think of all the reasons why we should stay and fall in love again. Today ain't the day to be leaving. I've got a tiger by the tail. Well, every night you drag me where the bright lights are found. There ain't a way to slow you down. And I'm as about as helpless as a leaf in a gale. And it looks like I've got a tiger by the tail. I've got a tiger by the tail, it's plain to see. Won't be much when you get through with me. I'm losing weight and turning mighty pale. Looks like I've got a tiger by the tail. I've got a tiger by the tail, it's plain to see. Won't be much when you get through with me. I'm losing weight and turning mighty pale. And it looks like I've got a tiger by the tail. Thank you all. We do have a brand new single that just released there a few weeks ago that we're really excited about. And maybe some of you folks have even seen the video that we have done to go along with it. Something that we're very excited about, and hopefully the song will do well. But
Where can they find it, Joe, if they have not seen it before now?
well, you can go onto our Facebook page, which is Joe Hott Music. You can check it out on Instagram, which is also Joe Hott Music. You can also go to YouTube, and you can search right underneath our name, and it'll pop right up there too. It will be available for purchase as far as downloads and streaming and all that on July 29th. So it'll soon be released to the public.
Is it on your website?
It is on the website.
At least there's a link to it, right?
There is a link
There's
to
a
it.
link to it on my website too. I sell homemade hamster wheels woven out of grass clippings. It's pretty neat. You got to search for it and find it. I'm not going to actually tell you what the website name is.
Do you have said hamster wheels out at the merchandise table tonight?
I am fresh out.
They are a high side.
Grass isn't growing too good back home. It's real dry and hot, so it's hard to get those grass clippings.
This is true. When we made the video to go along with the song, it was about another 95, 98 degree day that we've had, and we was out in the middle of a cornfield, if you can believe that.
Corn was popping.
Corn was popping, and so were we. We sure did have a lot of fun with it. Hope you folks will enjoy it. Here's one entitled Return to Me Someday. Say you'll return. pray you'll come back home to me. Missing you, my little darling, wondering why you went away. Don't tell me that you found another. Say you'll return to me someday. Missing you, my little darling, wondering why you went away. Don't tell me that you found another. Say you'll return to me someday. Have you folks enjoyed the show here so far tonight? Well, we certainly have enjoyed being with you all. We got time for just about 2 more songs, and then we're going to go on our merrily way, and I hope you folks will enjoy the rest of your evening here. We love coming down here. We make frequent trips around the state. We always have a great time every time we come down here. A lot of the times, though, I'll be honest, we cannot pronounce the names of your state. Y'all got some weird little towns that we cannot pronounce or figure out. And,
Well, the towns aren't weird, their names are.
well, that's what I mean.
It's like you, your name's not weird, but you are.
Exactly. But we've tried our hardest to pronounce some of them, so from now on, we always just say we're glad to be here. All right, we're going to do these last 2, and then we're going to say so long to you, and God bless, and thank you all for coming out. The day that I kissed you and told you goodbye, your lips told me that you would wait. But your lips deceived me and told me a lie, while your heart was sealing my fate. Are you all alone with the memory? Now that I am gone, darling, are you missing me? Then out of the clear sky, a letter then came, and just like a bolt from the blue, my castles came tumbling as I read it over. I still can't believe that it's true. Are you all alone with the memory? Now that I am gone, darling, are you missing me? It said that in spite of the vows you had made, the glitter of gold turned your head. And while I was trying employment to find, you married another instead. Are you all alone with the memory? Now that I am gone, shattered all my dreams. Someday, little darling, you'll be lonesome just like me. I recall the morning you told me goodbye. Alone I stood there hoping you might change your mind. All those lonely days I waited, but you never came back home. You tore apart my loving heart, you left me all alone. Oh, I'm lonesome, lonesome as can be. Won't be long, little darling, till you're gonna see. I built my world around you, but you shattered all the dreams. Someday, little darling, you'll be lonesome just like me. My friends all tried to tell me you've been seen out on the town. Turns out, little darling, you're out there running round. You cheated and you lied, now you're gonna pay the cost. Without a doubt, you'll find out what a true love you have lost. Oh, I'm lonesome, lonesome as can be. Won't be long, little darling, till you're gonna see. I built my world around you, but you shattered all the dreams. Someday, little darling, you'll be lonesome just like me. Oh, I'm lonesome, lonesome as can be. Won't be long, little darling, till you're gonna see. I built my world around you, but you shattered all the dreams. Someday, little darling, you'll be lonesome just like me. Someday, little darling, you'll be lonesome just like me. Thank you all. Good night. Men are on the road, men are on the board, turn out to play sugar in the gourd, sugar in the gourd, can't get it out, wait, get the sugar out, shake it about. Sugar in the gourd, sugar in the gourd, sugar in the gourd, sugar in the gourd. Oh, look at it go!
Let's hear that fiddle, boy. Good Lord.
Some folks say freaks don't steal, black on free, my cornfield, one had a bush and one had peg, one had watermelon wrapped around his neck. Sugar in the gourd, sugar in the gourd, sugar in the gourd, sugar in the gourd.
Come on, let's hear that banjo, boy. That's Daniel Bingley from Nashville, y'all. He's only the national banjo champion. Give him a hand now.
Men are on the road, men are on the board, turned out for the place, sugar in the gourd, can't get it out, wait, get the sugar out, shake it about. Sugar in the gourd, sugar in the gourd, sugar in the gourd, sugar in the gourd.
Good Lord.
Fire 'em out, run, boys, run,
Hey, look who I found. It's the Jim Hurst Bluegrass Band.
How's everybody doing? Did you enjoy Joe Hott and the gang? I thought they were really good. I sat out there for a little bit and I had to go down and brush my tooth, so couldn't sit out there the whole time. I'm sorry. I've been working on jokes and it ain't it, I guess. You got me there, Shalom? No monitor on guitar. Well, that probably would help. You got it muted? I do. Nope, I got no power. Turn it on? No. Got to throw it through the window? There we go. What? That's in as best I got. How about this? Huh? Well, I don't like that.
Battery did not, did it?
No, because it would give me a red light.
Bad timing.
So I guess it's time for a joke.
Yeah. Come on.
So these two guitar players ran into the bar. You would think the second one would have ducked. Thank you. I owe you for that one. The guitar player walks up on stage, you'd think his guitar would work. Man. So, what's the first thing you know? Anybody? Well, the first thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. Okay, now I gotta get my battery back in. Go ahead, I got it. Talk amongst yourself for a second. So, did you enjoy Joe Hott? You know what? I like the purity of his voice and the material he chooses. You know what? There we go. Houston, we have contact. But what I love about it is it's right up his alley, I think, and he loves what he does, and he picks good material for him and his band. Yes. Now, another joke. 1, 2, 3. Oh, here she comes rolling with a great big head of steam. You're thinking she's the finest dreamliner that you've seen. Just you have another look at what she pulls behind. It's a big old train of trouble, brother, right on down the line. She's a train of trouble. Any two good eyes can see. She's a train of trouble. Destination misery. She's got a freight car full of jealousy, a boxcar full of greed, squeaky wheels are whining with everything she needs. A freezer car full of icy words, take her full of woe. A big black cloud a trailing her everywhere she goes. She's a train of trouble. As any two good eyes can see. She's a train of trouble. Destination misery. Take you for a ride. You'll be staring out the window while your happiness rolls by. You're better off on an old dirt road with your thumb out in the rain than to buy first class heartache on that rolling train of pain. She's a train of trouble, as any two good eyes can see. She's a train of trouble. Destination misery. Destination misery. Ooh, destination misery. Thank you very much. That's thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's a song off the new CD from the ground up. It's out there in the lobby, and I want to say howdy to the streaming folks. Folks are out there watching us on live stream. I want to say howdy to y'all. I don't know where the camera is. It's not here, is it? Okay. And there's a tip jar if you want to put that in there. I don't want to ask for money, but I need money. So I guess I'll be asking for money. But that's on the new CD, Train of Trouble, written by John Cadley. And he allowed me to do my little thing here, and I love that song. Here's a song that I love, and I hope you guys do too. It seems like it's staying on the charts for a while. It's a beautiful day, such a beautiful day, and I'm so happy to be feeling this way, stepping lightly on my way, taking a pause just because it's a beautiful day. I'm out here walking in the weather, raindrops are bouncing off my shoes. I didn't bring my old umbrella, but I don't care, I'm dancing away the blues. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Such a beautiful day. Such a beautiful day. And I'm so happy to be feeling this way, stepping lightly on my way, taking a pause just because it's a beautiful day. There are times I feel sad and lonesome. We've all been there time after time. The crack of dawn starts me on a new song. Next thing you know, I'm singing, feeling fine. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Such a beautiful day. Such a beautiful day. And I'm so happy to be feeling His way. Sing it, girls. Living lightly on my way. Taking a pause just because it's a beautiful day. I won't let the blues make me lose my disposition. Frowns are really smiles upside down. Turning a 180 to charge into the sunshine. Gonna tell the world exactly what I found. An attitude adjustment so profound, is what I found.
That's what I found.
It's a beautiful day, such a beautiful day. And I'm so happy to be feeling this way. Stepping lightly on my way. Taking a pause just because it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day, such a beautiful day, such a beautiful day. And I'm so happy to be feeling this way. Stepping lightly on my way. Taking a pause just because it's a beautiful day. You all want to sing it with me? Ready? A 1, 2, 3. It's a beautiful day, such a beautiful day, such a beautiful day. And I'm so happy to be feeling this way. Stepping lightly on my way. Taking a pause just because it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day, it's a beautiful day, such a beautiful day, such a beautiful day. And I'm so happy to be feeling this way. Stepping lightly on my way. Taking a pause just because it's a beautiful day. Taking a pause just because it's a beautiful day. Taking a pause just because it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Such a beautiful day. Such a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day.
Isn't that a fun song? I love that song. It's a song that kind of restarted my career, actually. After COVID, I was sitting home looking for things to do, and my wife was saying, "Hey, can't you find a gig somewhere? What's going on?" You know. So it was long and kind of lonesome, cobwebs and crickets in my career for a while, like a lot of folks. So I decided to record that with the help of a lot of great friends of mine, Dale Ann Bradley, Claire Lynch, Shelton Fiesel, and Mike Witcher, and a lot of good folks. And so it came out on the radio about a year ago this past April, and it's been on the charts more than it hasn't been, and I'm really thankful for that. And I get emails and Facebook comments saying that song has helped me get through some tough times, and I appreciate that. So thank you. It's fun, isn't it? Every morning. That's right, ain't it? Sunnyside Garden? All right, well, I wanted to tell you about this one anyway. A friend of mine, Jack Shannon, wrote this song, and I love it. Hope you do too. All right? What do you think? Y'all? Every morning they rolled into the window, greeted by a warm April sun. He's got old habits so hard to break. Up with the dawn is just one. Across the road from Sunnyside Gardens, he sees a dusty John Deere. He counts the times it passes by and dreams of the harvest this year. He's a farmer, a rancher, scholar of dirt. Sunnyside Gardens, a young man is working the land. He sees him there in the window each morning, waving an old feeble hand. He goes about getting the work done, toiling until the day ends, thinking about the man in the window, knowing someday it might be him. He's a farmer, a rancher, scholar of dirt, faded blue jeans and a Merle Haggard shirt. A husband, a daddy, a veteran so proud. He thanks the good Lord that he can work the ground. Then one morning at Sunnyside Gardens, they said, he turned to see and he couldn't believe as 20 young farmers walked in. They took him across from Sunnyside Garden, hoisting him up in that seat. Tears hit the ground as the planter went down. Once again he is sowing the seed. They're farmers and ranchers, scholars of dirt, souls of the heartland, salt of the earth. Husbands and daddies, veterans so proud. God bless the farmers who still work the ground. God bless the farmers who nurture the ground. Thank you so much. That's a cool song, isn't it? That may be the next single coming out on the radio. Right now, the current single is a song we'll do later called Weary Old Highway. And before that, it was Back to the One, which is also on the new CD. But this next one, or that last one, might be the next CD, the next single. Okay, let's get your head together, James. Here's one that was the first one that I ever had on the radio. It got up to, I think, number 7 on the single chart, and the album went up to as far as number 11, and then turned around, went back the other way. And Pinecastle put this album back out as a 20-year kind of a tribute to Pinecastle's catalog, but also in favor for me, so I appreciate this. This is on the Second Son CD. This is called Stephen's Deep Coal Mines. 2, 3, 4. In 1895, the coal mines came alive, bringing hope to the mountain folk and their kin. They prayed every day and blessings came their way. They saw it as the coming of a friend. But there's secrets buried deep within the mountains, according to Widow Valentine. She told me of the day, and it starts out this way, when they open the Stevens Deep Coal Mines. It always grieves me so to think about that home, the very place my daddy lost his life. In veins 3 foot high, they worked by carbide light, toiled in the dark so we could heat the night. Timbers cracked, it's caving, boys, and it all fell down upon them. And those who lived will remember for all times. Miners paid the cost, many lives were lost, sacrificed for the Stevens Deep Coal Mine. Now it's also claimed they worked right through the pain, but they didn't see the coal dust in the air. On their hands and knees and hurting, swollen feet, how could they know that black lung lingered there? For men are tools made to use to gather up the treasure, not to count the days or mark the times. When all the veins ran dry, they came out toward the skies, and they closed down the Stevens deep coal mine. It's all been left alone, you never would have known, except for the scars and the people and the scars on the mountainside. There's nothing left to fear, and the rivers all run clear, and rattlesnakes have many a place to hide. But there's hope that someday history will remember what was gained at such an awful price. The only things that remain are the blood, sweat, and the names of the workers and the Stevens deep coal mine. Thank you so much. You know, my grandmother, she was a widow of a coal miner who died at the age of 61, I think it was. And, how big iron? Yeah. And I asked her one time, Grandma, what was it like? Of course, I called her Mama. Mama, what was it like in the coal mining thing? She goes, honey, that's what the best thing we had, so we did it, you know. We thank the Lord for everything we had. And there's a lot of stories about the coal mining industry, and some of it's not that, you know, positive or complimentary to the industry itself. But she wouldn't complain. And my buddy Steve Hilton and I wrote that song, co-wrote it, and we came about it as a perspective of what if, like a writer would go down there and try to journal some of the things that the widows of the coal mines would say. And that's what we came up with, and it was a fictitious name, Stevens Deep Coal Mines. As far as I knew, I did a search to try to find if there was a name of a coal mine like that. And then Widow Ballantyne, his family comes from Beckley, West Virginia mines, and my dad and my mom's dad and our grandfather, both of my grandfathers, they worked out of the Pruden, Tennessee area. And so, I'm happy to have done that song and kind of say something different about the coal mining industry. But this next one we're going to do is also on that same CD, a Second Son CD. And I love this song. Hope you guys do too. Do what? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Can you give me a cheese pizza with extra anchovies? 1, 2, 3, 4. Town of Baca Free Road, a stranger one day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. For the stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. It was early in the morning when he rode into the town. Came riding from the south side, slowly looking all around. He's an outlaw, loose morning came the whisper from each lip, and he's here to do some business with a big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. In this town there lived an outlaw by the name of Texas Red. Many men had tried to take him, and that many men were dead. He was vicious and a killer, though a youth of 24, and the notches on his pistol numbered 1 in 19 more. 1 in 19 more. Now the stranger started talking, made it plain to folks around. Was an Arizona Ranger, wouldn't be too long in town. He came here to take an outlaw back alive, or maybe dead, and he said it didn't matter, he was after Texas Red. After Texas Red. Wasn't long before the story was relayed to Texas Red. But the outlaw didn't worry, men that tried before were dead. 20 men had tried to take him, 20 men had made a slip. 21 would be the Ranger with a big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. The morning passed so quickly, it was time for them to meet. It was 20 past 11 when they walked out in the street. Folks were watching from the windows, everybody held their breath. They knew this handsome Ranger was about to meet his death. About to meet his death. There were 40 feet between them when they stopped to make their play. And the swiftness of the Ranger is still talked about today. Texas Red and not clear leather for a bullet fairly ripped. And the Ranger's aim was deadly with a big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. It was over in a moment and the folks had gathered round. There before them lay the body of the outlaw on the ground. Oh, he might have went on living, but he made one fatal slip when he tried to match the Ranger with a big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. Big iron, big iron. When he tried to match the Ranger with a big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. Yeah. That's like a Zane Grey novel, isn't it? That's a Marty Robbins song, and I remember hearing that song and so many others, like El Paso and so many off of that Gunfighter Ballad album. It was that hot pink album cover LP with him dressed in black getting ready to draw on somebody. And Marty Robbins probably meant business. If he was pulling that iron, he's fitting to bust somebody. So, you guys remember that song? Well, I'm glad you did. I almost remembered it. This is the Jim Hurst Band. I'll tell you who these guys are here in a minute. But you can go to my website, jimhurst.com, and that's for you people listening online. And you can see my calendar. You can see where we're playing. We're playing tomorrow night down in Macon, Georgia at Young America Music. And is Emmett here? Emmett does a really good job down there. Joe Cullison and Acoustic Productions are putting on a concert down there for us. And then I go to Washington State as a solo artist for a couple of things. Come back, and she and I are and the fiddle guy over here, we're going to go to Milan Music Festival. It's our 25th. We're going to join a couple of folks up there, my brother and a couple others, and we'll do a Jim Hurst Bluegrass Band there at that festival. And then I come home and we sign documents for a house closing, and then I go to Alabama to do a house concert, and I go home and move. That's what I do. So. But you can see my calendar, and you can sign up for my mailing list. Some of these folks, like these two guys in the front row, they're on my mailing list, and it's good to see you guys. Thank you for coming out. And thanks for everyone coming out. Here's one that I got from Claire Lynch and Jennifer Kimball, and I recorded it on that same Second Son CD. Hope you enjoy this. A 1, 2, 3 times the flowers of spring have come and gone. 3 winter snows have kissed the ground. But she has never shed her widow's weeds since the day we laid Ivy Simpson's husband down. 2 names are carved upon that marble stone where Jesse's bones now rest in peace. But she pines at bridge to join him there. She won't be persuaded to lay aside her widow's weeds. Black, black, won't bring him back. Jessie was everything she had. Black, black, won't bring him back. Ivy, still clinging to the past. Well, she's far too young to never love again. A pretty rose that's still in bloom. But she has bound her heart in widow's weeds. Sad to see fair Ivy dying on the vine too soon. You like that one? I hope so. I love that song. She wants a little more guitar in her wedge.
Me too.
Miss Beth, and she does too. You know, we're having fun. You know what? I've always wanted to do a bluegrass band that the pickers up here are really great, but we all get along, and it's laughter more than it isn't, and I'm just having so much fun. It's all be against the law, I swear it. I've had fun playing with Claire Lynch and Missy Raines and so many people, but this configuration right here is just kicking me in the pants, and so I want to introduce them to you. Down here on the fiddle is a young man that I got to know because of this guy over here. He actually married his daughter, and now they're son-in-law and father-in-law. So I hope that doesn't mess everything up, you know what I mean? But keep it all in the family. This young man is a monster talent. That's Mr. Christian Ward right there. And the guy standing next to me is a guy, when I first met him, he was about this big, and he was ripping the mandolin then. And then I found out he played guitar. I don't know, how many other instruments do you play?
I don't know.
He lost count. But he's both of these guys, everybody up here is really good people. But met his family, and I'm just ecstatic that he's playing with me right here. He played some with Claire Lynch. When I left Claire, he's the guy that took over for me. And this is Matt Wingate right here on the mandolin. Right here, this lady here is probably the comedian in the band. She's had me laughing more than, I can't tell you how much I've laughed. I have to remember to protect my voice, but then she says something else and I crack up at that too. But we played back in 2005, I think it was, when I did the Second Son CD. She was in the band then, and I met her when she flew out to take Missy Raines' place on a Western tour that I was doing. And I just love her to death. She's a great bass player and a great singer, but also just a wonderful person and funny as get out. That's Miss Beth Lawrence right there. And a fella down here, he just showed up today and said, hey, I don't have a dark colored shirt. Is it okay if I stand on snow? I'm kidding. This guy, he's always dressed really nice, and I'm kind of envious. When we did the album release party, his battery-operated shirt was a little bright. I had to have him turn it down. But that's nice looking, man. You always look good. And he and I have been friends for a long, long time, and I'm thankful for that. We did an Irish tour and had a ball over there, and we also laugh a lot, too. This fella right here is Scott Anderson right there on banjo. So I wrote a song on banjo. I'm smart enough not to play banjo on stage with this guy standing here. And I enjoy playing banjo when I do. I do some on Claire Lynch's record and played some with her on the road. But I'm more happy here. And trying to keep a banjo in tune is probably the biggest job I ever had. But he's really good, and I'll have him kick off a song that I wrote on banjo. I wrote 5 songs that day, and this was one of them. I call this Unlucky 7. 1, 2, 3. Isn't that fun? I'll tell you what, these guys and girls up here, they just play it, don't they? I'm just so happy, you know. I do a solo thing, and I have been here as a solo artist, and I've had fun doing that. And I brought my Jim Hurst trio here, and I had fun doing that. Emma McDowell and Michael Gosbacher came for me, with me to do that, and some of you were there. Was here with the Claire Lynch Band, and now I'm here with the Jim Hurst Band, and I can't tell you how much I love that. You know. Thank you, guys. Hey, I want to reach out to the sound man, Shalom up there. He's doing a mighty fine job, and he's also a very fine guy. How about a hand for Shalom? I love you, big guy. It's always fun to come here because you never know what he's going to say, but I always know it's meant in good heart. Here's the song that's been on the charts the most, I think, off of this album, and written by a friend of mine, Keith Little. And we're going to have fun with this. Hope you like this. This is kind of like a road musician's journal. This is called Weary Old Highway. 1, 2, 3, 4. You think after years of just giving it all, while playing your heart out and no curtain call, after large fame and fortune just passes on by, you think any rounder would kiss it goodbye. But a few days at home and I'm back in the grind, dead, broken, ornery, half out of my mind, till a call comes in from some old slick I once knew. So I pack up my guitar and shine up my shoes. On a lonesome old highway in a weary old road, my two-lane companion who shoulders the load. Won't you take me right back where I come from before? Weary old highway. Take me back, take me down home once It's not for the money when it's never quite there, or packing it out in the cold midnight air. It's not for the glamour of living alone in 1,000 cheap hotels we get to call home. But it's call time at Sharky's on a Saturday night, when the air is electric and the music is tight. It's choosing a pathway that's always been there. With a good tuning guitar, I've made it, I swear. On a lonesome old highway in a weary old road, my two-lane companion who shoulders the load. Won't you take me right back where I come from before? Weary old highway. Take me back, take me down home once more. On a lonesome old highway in a weary old road, my two-lane companion who shoulders the load. Won't you take me right back where I come from before? Weary old highway. Take me back, take me down home once more. Weary old highway. Weary old highway. Weary old highway. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, some of you have been out on the road. You know what that's like. You know, it's not like a lot of jobs. A music business is a fun thing to do as long as everything works out right. You know, you just have to bring home money to the household so that you can still pay the electric bill and all that. But man, I get to do what I love to do so much, and it's I can't complain a bit. My brother and I wrote the first song that we've ever co-written this past year, and it's on this new album. And It's a Beautiful Day came out, like I said, last year, April 2nd. That was a remarkable weekend because after the COVID, I was shut down for almost 3 years, I think. Didn't have anything. My career was cobwebs and crickets, and worried that, I don't know, maybe that's the end of my career, you know. But I figured the Lord would let me play until He takes it away from me. And I guess it's hard to accept if that's what it was, but thankfully, it seems like it wasn't, at least till this point. So that song got on the charts. I did Song of the Mountains up there in Marion, Virginia that weekend. It happened to be Easter weekend, and on Sunday I was headed home. And I came up with this melody, through tears I come up with this melody. And I pulled over on the side of the road and called my brother and I said, man, you got to hear this. You and I got to write this song. And I told him what I thought it was about. And it's about being reverent, you know, to the Lord, and also that we go by every day and we have all these blessings that sometimes we take them for granted. We don't think about them. So my brother says, you know, I've never written a song. I said, I know that. I've been trying to get you to do it forever. What's wrong with you? And so I said, listen, I'll call you back Wednesday. In the meantime, just sit down and write what you can. I think it was Tuesday sometime. He sends me like 3 full pages of lyrics to this song. And of course it was words on the page, and we had to kind of make them work. And so then I went in the studio, and he said while he was writing these lyrics, he was all spirit, you know, the Spirit was filling him, and he was crying and everything. And then when I went in the studio to record it, same thing happened to me. So I hope something happens to you guys, but if you don't, I hope you like the song. Got the wonderful Johnny and Jeanette Williams to sing harmony with me, and Alan Bybee to play mandolin on this. And so the Jim Hurst Bluegrass Band will be doing for you It Started With Love. 1, 2, 3. My thoughts turn toward heaven, my eyes fill with tears. I know in my heart God is always so near. From the first light of dawning that ever appeared, it's been in God's plan to have us right here. The Lord is my Savior. I humble my heart down on my knees, the best place to start. My faith and my hope, I'll see Him someday. I count all my blessings, till then I will pray. It comes from the Father, down through the Savior, from the beginning, it started with love. to start. My faith and my hope, I'll see him someday. I count all my blessings, till then I will pray. It comes from the Father, down through the Savior, from the beginning. It started with love, now and forever. It started with love. Isn't that a nice song? I can't hardly sing it. I get chill bumps, and then so, I hope it does something for you guys, Whew. Thank you, Lord, for blessings. The song that we're going to do now is also off the new CD, and it was on the charts, or at least it was being played by SiriusXM, and it is being played around the country. It's amazing. This album came out, and right off the bat, the first report was this album was added to a whole lot of radio stations, and I get a report that tells me, and then the singles, how many singles off that album had been added to playlists. And I had the album and 5 different songs was on the radio playlist right at the same time. Thank you. That's the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I'm just riding the tide, man. I'm riding. I don't know how to surf. I'll just float on my big wheelie or something. But it's fun, and thank you guys for being here tonight. We'll do the song that was the single just before Weary Highway, and I had Claire Lynch and Dale Ann Bradley. Shelton Feazell came out to sing this with me, and actually they didn't come out. They recorded it where they were. This whole song was recorded by people being everywhere else. Michael Geisbacher and myself was at Scott Vestal's studio in Greenbrier, Tennessee. And Shelton Feazell came in later and sang his bass part, but Claire Lynch was in Toronto. Dale Ann Bradley was in La Follette, Tennessee. Jason Carter did come down on this. It was pretty amazing that all these people played in different parts. And I think I'm talking about the right song, and if not, it's a good story. Everything on this album was done like that, with the exception of one song. We'll play that for you a little bit later. It's called "Back to the One." 1, 2, 3. Well, I remember the day you left. Why did you go? Only to be lost in a world so cold. If I could only find you, here's what I'd do. I would ask you back to where love is true. Back to the one, back to the one who loved you before you walk out the door. Someday you'll find you'll change your mind. Now it's time for you to run back to the one. Now I know the ways I failed, I let you down, but under neon lights, love won't be found. This house is where you left it, waiting for you. And our love, like springtime flowers, once more will bloom. 'Cause me Someday you'll find your mind. Now it's time for you to run back to the one. Now it's time for you to run back to the one. Yeah. Whew. I don't know why I write songs in B. That's up there, Hoss. And it's down there, too. I wrote that. Actually, I had it in mind to have Josh Williams record this. But he was already in mid-stride in an album, and he said, man, I've already got my material picked out. And so a buddy of mine who helped me finish this song, Jack Shannon, he said, you need to record that thing. And I said, well, I'm not the quintessential bluegrass guy. And he says, don't matter, man, it's a good song. So I think he's just proud of his work. No, I'm kidding. Thank you, buddy. I'm glad you guys like it. So I teach guitar in different music camps. I was just here not long ago here in Decatur area, and I did a guitar workshop at the church there, and had a bunch of folks come out. That was a lot of fun. I also teach private lessons one-on-one in person when it's not COVID, and through Zoom or whatever. But I teach at places like Steve Kaufman's camp and Montana Fiddle Camp. I've got the Sewanee Banjo Camp I'm doing again in April. You're doing it? Is it March this year or next year? Yep. Okay. That's going to be fun. Thank you. Somewhere in there. It's next year. So I wrote this next song to kind of present to my guitar students as an instrumental they could learn. And so I taught it at Montana Fiddle Camp, and they all killed it. It was great. And then taught it at Kaufman Camp. And my advanced guitar students, we did it in 3 different keys. It's pretty cool. And they dug in and did it. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And for those of you that play guitar, this might be something you want to try. We'll see. This is called Easy Does It. 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. Well, that was a little slower than what's on the record, and everybody played it with me as if that's exactly where it's supposed to be. And I love that. You know, they're being very respectful to the old dude. You know, it's fun to play music with others. And how many of you all play music? Well, half a dozen or so. How many of you have been here before? How many have it's first time here? Okay, cool. What do you think? That's awesome. Eddie Owens Productions puts on a lot of shows here, and so I invite you to come and support this as often as you can. You know, with COVID and the prices of gas and everything, I know everybody's money's a little tight, but Eddie's working hard to keep this place open, and I appreciate you all coming and visiting with him and supporting folks like me and Joe Hott. Did you guys enjoy Joe Hott? I did too. And I don't know that they have a cowboy hat my size, unless I put them in one of those stretchers and make them bigger, you know. But they, yeah, at least 20. Maybe Imperial gallon. John Williams. This is a true story about the last person to die in the Civil War, written by John Cadley. We'll do the song off the new CD. This is called John Williams. 1, 2, 3. Well, it was down near Brownsville, Texas, in May of '65. John Williams thought that he might just escape this war alive. They heard General Lee surrendered up north a month ago, but they couldn't lay their guns down till the colonel told them so. And that was Union Colonel Barrett. He had other plans to hit the Johnnies one more time down by the Rio Grande. He sent the 34th Indiana boys in their coats of blue, with John Williams there among them at the age of 22. 22. From Jay County, Indiana, at the age of 22. Now the rebel troopers at Fort Brown, they surely were surprised to see them Yankees coming as the sun began to rise. They all agreed there'd be a truce till the call to go home came. Each side would stay right where they were if the other did the same. But the Yanks, they won that first day. They took some prisoners back, and they rested near the Palmetto Ranch for the second day's attack. Meanwhile, it was old report, the Confederate command, saying if them Yanks want trouble, well, they surely found their man. They found their man. If them Federals still want trouble, well, they surely found their man. Now, old Rip had some cannons the blue coats didn't know. He'd gotten from the Frenchies fighting down in Mexico. He rolled them in position right up near that ranch's wall. He served the Yanks their breakfast with some 8-pound cannonballs. So the Federals soon were beaten. Oh, they dropped their guns and ran. They all said it was lucky that they only lost one man. That was Private Johnny Williams out there staring at the sky, with the dead eyes of the last man of the Civil War to die. Oh, to die. Civil War to die. You could say John Williams' death was an awful shame, but every war that'll ever be is bound to end the same. A bullet flies, a young man dies, a final bugle blows, and who the last will ever be, there ain't nobody knows. It was down near Brownsville, Texas, 1945. John Williams thought that he might just escape that war alive. Well, I appreciate that. I looked that thing up. That's a real true story. And it was somebody's overzealousness wanted to make one more statement that caused all that. And John Cadley captured it in song pretty well, I thought. What do you think? Darling, tell me why. This is off of a box of chocolates, I think. One of the CDs I don't have with me. Did I mention we have CDs out there? Scott's got a couple, and I've got, I think, 4 or 5 different titles. So I expect you all to come out there and buy some Christmas gifts. That didn't go over too well, it did. No, I'm kidding you. They're there if you want them. If you don't, you can download them from the internet. You can listen to them on Apple Music and Spotify and all that. I'm thankful to get to do what I do. The merchandise doesn't sell as much, but, you know, I get to have my fun anyway. So, JimHurst.com. And for those of you on the streaming, thank you for being there. And appreciate Eddie Owens Productions for having us here. This is a song that my buddy Steve Hilton and I wrote, and hope you enjoy this. It's called Darling, Tell Me Why. I hear tell that you've been slipping across the mountain, heading for that cheating county line, where you've been giving all your loving to another, supposed to be a good old friend of mine. Thinking back to the day when we were married, when you said you'd be my darling loving wife, and you promised in the church up at the altar that you'd love me for the rest of my life. I didn't know that you had plans for your future, visions of how it would be, wrapped in the arms of another, no longer worried about me. Darling, tell me why. Driving home on that closed stormy evening, I found that road 1,000 times and more. I heard a crack and the tires started squealing, a river raging through my driver's door. Were you surprised when the sheriff came to tell you they found the truck at the bottom line still? Did you show when they didn't find a body? You're trembling from a cold, icy chill. The morning news does not bring the answer. Could it be that water was my grave? Did you have to go to all that trouble? Couldn't you have found a better way? Darling, tell me why. Travel faster than that river. Inside the whispers lie the truth. So much for you happy ever after. The story ends when they find the proof. Now you been slipping across the mountain, looking for that cheating county line. For what you gave all your loving to another, that dirty, rotten, no good friend of mine. Darling, tell me why. Well, darling, tell me why. A stone's throw away. You know that one? Some of these guys, you guys know my music, don't you? Good to see you guys. Are you all having fun? You want to go home already or what? No? We're going to do another off the new CD. And my buddy Steve Hilton brought this to the table. And, you know, he's a really good, loyal friend to me. When my wife and I and the kids moved down to Nashville, he was a guy that put his credit card down so we could rent a moving truck. And he's been there for my wife when she had problems. I was up in Canada one time, starting in the middle of January for 7 weeks. My wife was having some problems with, you know, internal things, you know, and she called up Steve and like 4 o'clock in the morning. He went over and grabbed her and took the kids and took her to the hospital and took care of the kids. He's been a good friend to me, and he's a good friend to a lot of people, I'm sure, but he's a good friend to me. And that's what we do for each other. We're supposed to be good friends. And I think there's a certain responsibility we have to each other to try to be kind and try to watch for each other and try to help out. But also, Steve's point, I think, at least our point, was sometimes you don't need to do anything. You just need to be a good friend and stand off to the side and make sure everything's going okay. If somebody don't want you to do anything, then you need to just kind of love them and move on, right, and be with them. But that's what this song came from. And I think of you two guys. You guys have been friends a long time. So I'll send this out to you. It's called A Stone's Throw Away. 1, 2, 3. It's the dirt and the gravel, the road few people travel, that can lead to the places only dreams could ever know. Your heart can guide you where no map can lead to. There may be many hilltops and valleys low. You're not the first or the last one for what's already been done. Choices and decisions that you've made on your own. And though you tried to stay true, the footprints left before you can tell you that nobody has to travel life alone. If you miss the path that leads where you want to go, there's one thing for certain that you should know. If the road gets rocky, if your road gets too rocky, I'm just a stone's throw away. I've done that and been there, was brave and then I've been scared, not knowing how or why, or if my choices were right. I've led my expeditions through adverse conditions. Friends have been there many times and helped me through the night. Sometimes people waver, they might fall out of favor, no matter how hard they try to make it on their own. But you can be a good friend. The footprints left before them can tell them that nobody has to travel life alone. If you miss the path that leads where you want to go, there's one thing for certain that you should know. rocky. If your road gets too rocky, I'm just a stone's throw away. Yes, I'm just a stone's throw away. Well, thank you, folks. I appreciate that. We're going to pick a little bit for you. Is that all right? Be careful now. Don't ask on too much. Hold me back, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm kidding. ought to been uptown when that old rain come down. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles. Whoa, me, oh, Lordy, my. You hear the whistle blow 100 miles. And he put it on one track, and he drove it to the Lord knows where. ought to been uptown when that old train come down. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles. Whoa, me, oh Lordy my, you can hear the whistle blow 100 miles. These ties, I got big tears in my eyes, trying to read this letter from my home. Whoa, me, oh Lordy my, trying to read this letter from my home. Well, that's fun, huh? Well, I see some friends out there, some folks that I ate some dinner with. I'm glad you guys are here. And, of course, these two guys up here. I met some new people out in the lobby. Some fellow Gallagher owners are here. And this is actually a Gallagher Jim Hurst model that Don Gallagher made for me. And I love it to death. It really fits what I do, I think. Well, at least when I'm ready to pick it. Let's put it that way. There's a couple of folks here that I want to do this next one for. James McKinney and his wife Nikki, they're here, and they're house talent and nice people. We get to teach at music camps with him sometimes, don't we, Scott? Yes, we do. This will be our last song for the night, and I appreciate y'all. Shalom, thank you so much, brother. It sounds absolutely amazing in here. Don't you think? And for those of you that are streaming this, you think it's fun sitting where you are, you should be in here with the rest of us. We're having a ball. And there's like free wine and hors d'oeuvres and stuff in the lobby afterwards. I don't think Eddie did that this time, but each one, every one of you, thank you for coming out. It really means a lot. And I hope to come back again and, you know, and again. So this is for James and Nikki and the rest of you folks that like good music and good bluegrass music, and we'll do our best to do a song that, actually Earl Scruggs recorded this as an instrumental, but my dad used to sing the lyrics, and so I had fun recording this on my Second Son CD with Allison Brown and Stuart Duncan and Wayne Benson and Missy Raines. It was fun. So don't forget the CD table out there. But come by and say howdy. You don't have to buy anything. Just come say hi, will you? And we're going to split and go back to Macon. We're doing that tomorrow. And sign up on my mailing list on my website. You can see my calendar and everything. And before we get done, let me again once more. Scott Anderson, Beth Lawrence, Matt Wingate, Christian Ward. How about a hand for those guys? 1, 2, 3. Well, I'm going down this road feeling bad. Lord, I'm going down this road feeling bad. I'm going down this road feeling bad, Lord, Lord, and ain't gonna be treated this way. Well, they got me in the jailhouse on my knees. Lord, they keep me in the jailhouse on my knees. They got me in the jailhouse on my knees, Lord, Lord, and I ain't gonna be treated this way. Well, I'm going down this road feeling bad. I'm going down this road feeling bad. I'm going down this road feeling bad, Lord, Lord, and I ain't gonna be treated this way. Well, they feed me on cornbread and beans. Lord, they stuff me with cornbread and beans. What's the matter with old cornbread and beans, Lord, Lord? And I ain't gonna be treated this way. Well, I'm going down this road feeling bad. I'm going down this road feeling bad. Going down this road feeling bad, Lord, Lord, and I ain't gonna be treated this way. Well, these $2 shoes hurt my feet. Lord, these no-count shoes hurt my feet. These dirty, rotten shoes hurt my feet, Lord, Lord, and I ain't gonna be treated this way. Lord, I'm going down this road feeling bad. I'm going down this road feeling bad. Going down this road feeling bad, Lord, Lord, and I ain't gonna be treated, I don't know. Thanks for being with us, y'all. We love you. Thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate y'all, every one of you. That's awesome. Scott Anderson, Beth Lawrence, Matt Wingate, and Christian Ward. I'm Jim Hurst. Thank you.